back to the Three Hammers podcast. Kind of a sort of review, preview, chat, just general chat, bit of a return. I think we can call this one a podcast. We'll see how it goes. Back with Luke as always. How we doing, mate? You right?
Yeah, good, mate. First ever live podcast. Bit of a funny time to do it. I know a lot of people work at like 2:00 in the afternoon. And it's just that me and you are off at the moment. But I'm sure people will catch up on this, and I hope you do. If you do join us in the live chat, please drop some questions in, and we'll obviously try to answer them as we go along. As Paul said, it's a bit of a podcast, so we will be doing a preview, a review of last night's game, and obviously discuss any sort of topics that are about. So we will start with last night, mate. Newport, we're through, thankfully. A 2-0 win. It was tough, though, at times, wasn't it? And I think we rode our luck a little bit.
Yeah, but I mean, yeah, it's kind of a pattern's emerging. First half, we weren't very good. But do you know what? Loads and loads of new players coming in. Antonio injured early, so changing the team. Although I think Felipe Anderson coming in helped us in a big way, by far the best player on the pitch. But listen, how many times over the years have we lost these games? How many times have we seen it? So
we've only took a couple of them chances to go in, mate. That one where it's like he just hit it straight at the goal kick, really tame shot, and another couple later on. It would only take one of them to go in. It could have changed the game totally.
Yeah, 100%, mate. That one, I don't know their players' names, but yeah, the one that was sort of cut across and he just kicked it straight at Roberto. Oof, that really should have been 1-0 to them. But listen, we held on. I think that was the difference. I think their manager said it after the game that they had to take their chances and they didn't. We did. But yeah, first half we looked. Again, how many times have we seen it against these sort of lower league clubs? We don't come out up for it. We don't come out. We look nervous. We're the team that's got everything to lose. They've got nothing to lose, so it takes the pressure off them. But second half, much, much, much better. Really pleased for Jack Wilshere. First goal for the club. West Ham fan scoring, and he really needed that goal because he was poor in the first half. And in fact, the goal itself came from a poor pass. He gave the ball away, but then luckily he read that there might be a mistake, and it did. Oh, look at this!
Oh yeah, I was just playing about with this new thing here. It's really good thing. This, if any of you guys have not used this yet, this was told to me by Nicky actually from West Ham Fan TV. He dropped us a message, but there's some really cool stuff in here. I've got to say, mate, been getting really badly slated. The guy. I've got to say, I was really impressed with Carlos Sanchez. Actually, I think the guy gave the ball away. I know it was Newport. You can only play who's in front of you. I've got to say, really impressed.
Yeah, he played the role well. He didn't really drift anywhere. He just sort of sat. Rice likes to sort of bring the ball out, and he's got the ability to bring the ball out and spray passes around. Whereas Sanchez really just, we're in a rave now. We're in a rave now of all these colours. But yes, Sanchez just sort of sat and covered that back four really well. Yeah, he had a good game.
Yeah, Roberto clean sheet as well. Sam's first clean sheet of the season. For him, he did pull off a couple of saves as well. He did pull off a couple of little saves in the end. But I know you said it during the game, mate. If we're just sort of keeping on the game for a little bit, Diop. Some shaky spells in him at the minute, isn't there?
Yeah, I don't know what's happened to Diop. This is a man that during the summer we were talking about. Even if Man United come in with a 60 million bid, we wouldn't even entertain it. We'd laugh at it. And I don't know what's going on. This so far this season, he's not been the same. He has not been the same player. He seems nervous. He grew into the game last night. He got better, and hopefully this clean sheet, will be a confidence booster for him and for the whole defence. So hopefully,
I do prefer Balbuena though. I do prefer Balbuena at the back. I have to say,
Balbuena and Diop, partnership that worked so well last season. I don't think Ogbona's been bad this year. I think Ogbona's been fine. But yeah, I mean, ideally Balbuena, Diop going forward. But at the moment, Diop is the one who's most risk at being dropped.
Yeah, there are rumours that the reason that Ogbona's been playing, this is saying this, that apparently Pellegrini loves a left-footed and a right-footed centre-back. That is why Ogbonna keeps getting obviously the head, the push. For me, I know some people do like Ogbonna. For me, Well, I just don't like him at the minute. If he's a couple of weak links out, he would be one of them at the minute for me. Obviously, great news as well. Obviously, you said Jack got his goal, but obviously Fornals also got his goal. There are spells of brilliance in him. You can see there is a real special player in there. He looks so much like Lanzini actually. Anyway, like let alone the way he plays, but he's got the potential to have that same sort of Lanzini style impact driving with the ball.
Yeah, I don't think he's not as tricky as Lanzini. I don't think he takes players on the way that Lanzini does, but he really can pick out a pass. He could have had that trick. Obviously, he hit the post in the first half, and then that right on half time, I think it was, Wilshere put him through, and he was 1-on-1, and he hit the keeper. Should have scored. He was banging them away for fun in the under 21 Euros for Spain. So I'm surprised he didn't score there. But that's what he's got in his game. You know, he can do that. And like I said, I don't think he's as tricky as Lanzini. I don't think he's the sort that's going to run at players and sort of step overs, take them on. But he's a really good sort of distributor of the ball. You know, he can get into those spaces. I don't know. Again, we spoke about this last time. Fitting all of these players into the same midfield is a really tough job.
I think the problem with it as well is they're all short as well. They're all little. Like, you do need some lumps in there because they do eventually get muscled out, as it happened to Rice like against Chelsea, didn't it, last year? I remember like Loftus-Cheek obviously bullied him because there was only other like little players around him, and sometimes that can be an exposure having them technical play unless you're Man City. You just don't give the ball away.
That's something that's really. I was getting annoyed watching the game yesterday. I was thinking about Man City, obviously Pellegrini, and the way that he wants us to play. And when you watch, like, if Pellegrini wants us to play this fast-flowing, expansive, tiki-taka, you know, real intricate football, our players don't move. There's no movement from our players. When someone's got the ball, everyone's standing still. If you watch Man City,
spells of it, like the last 10-15 minutes I see it, the Newport game last night, it was like, oh, we're playing like our Man City sort of hold that sort of high level of passing.
I think the only players really I've seen it, Anderson does it every game. Anderson's movement is fantastic. Like I said, best player on the pitch last night. Lanzini can do it. Even I will say, I think it was Cresswell overlapped a couple of times. But if you watch when Man City, obviously their level of player is miles ahead of ours. But the way that they play, the way that they all move, as soon as someone's got the ball, there's movement around them constantly, and they all move up the pitch together. And there's constant switching and moving. But with us, it seems like when we get the ball in our midfield, everyone's just stood there still. No one really moves around. There's no
admire the passes. They admire it rather than move on.
Yeah, no one seems to really move, and I think that's why I can see us having a hard time breaking teams down because of that. Danny Gabardine said in the interview after the game that it's sort of the way that we're playing is more sort of holding possession, you know, that intricate passes, all the rest of it. That's great, but then you need you need to score as well. Yeah, exactly. Otherwise, we're just going to be asked like our Arsenal used to be. Do you know what I mean? It's all lovely passes, but it don't go anywhere. So it'd be interesting to see how that develops. Anyway.
Yeah, I think Haller may be the person who provides that, because he's passing in the final third seems really good. Haller as well, let alone the finishing. He's got that pass, like the way he digged out. I think he digged out Lanzini when we won the penalty. That pass was fantastic pass in the game the weekend. What about Ajeti, mate? Obviously, didn't really get a clear-cut chance, did he? I think he had a header over the bar, if I remember.
Yeah. Header over the bar. When Fornals scored, the ball kind of went through him. He looked like I don't know whether he just sort of fell over. He looked like he got sort of bundled down in the box. I'm pretty sure that was him. The ball sort of went underneath him, and then Fornals tapped in. That was some interesting noises.
Yeah, very loud lorry just went past.
But yeah, I mean, it was his first game, first appearance. You know, he showed a couple of touches. obviously he's never going to be starting for us unless there's like loads of injuries anytime soon. But yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing more of him. You can't really judge him too much on one game.
Obviously, Connor Coventry come on as well. Give the ball away, actually, didn't he? Nearly led to a goal at the end there. But you know, he's a kid, and he looked quite busy actually when he came on. He was doing some little passes, the attacking side.
Yeah, he didn't hide, which was good to see. You know, even after his mistake, he didn't hide. He was still looking for the ball. Yeah, and it's always good to see the youngsters come on. So yeah, pleased to see him get minutes.
Yeah, at least we get to look forward to the draw tonight, and hopefully another sort of easier. Obviously. Sorry, mate, go on.
No, you were probably about to say it. I was just going to say, obviously, the big negative.
Yeah, that was actually.
Yeah, Antonio. Yeah, what do you make of that?
It's such a shame. It's such a shame. You know, I'll be the first to sit here and say yes, I have digged him out for the last couple of years because his performances haven't been there since until about the last sort of few months of last season, and the guy just gets back into form. And then, according to X this morning on Twitter as well, I was reading that it's going to be at least a 6-week job, according for the first scans, which is a big shame.
Yeah, it is a shame. I said last time that for me, he would be the first name on the team sheet because he gives us that directness, that drive, which we don't have from anybody else really in the team. That, you know, that power to just run. So yeah, it's going to be a big loss. Hopefully he comes back all right, but he's had his problems with injuries before. So I just don't. I mean, to be honest with you, hopefully I'm wrong, but I could see this keeping him out till January.
Yeah, well, it's a chance for, you know, it's time for Yarmolenko's to sort of step up now. Do you know what I mean? But and a lot of stuff about Nathan Holland, you know, maybe time for him to sort of his chance. Like Grady Diagana got his chance last year.
Yeah, but I mean, even then, you know, there's still, like I was saying about having everyone to fit in. You know, he could easily play Anderson on the right, Lanzini on the left, Fornals in the middle. You know, we've got lots of options. That's a nice problem to have. We've got lots of cover. I read a comment last night, and I've been thinking the same thing the last couple of weeks. It's weird to have more than one really good player at the same time. Like West Ham, we normally have, you know, if pretty much as I can remember, apart from when we had like that little superstar, all the youth players coming through, but we tend to have one really, really good player. So like your Arnautovic, you know, your Payet, yeah, you go back your Tevez, even
Parkers,
yeah, exactly. But then if they're out, then we've got nothing really. We've just got bang ordinary players. But then now we've got the likes of Allaire, we've got Anderson, we've got Lanzini. Like we've got a real core of really, really good players. It's nice problems to have.
Yeah. Moving on, obviously weekend Norwich. I was doing some research. 73rd meeting it will be with 122, 122, and lost 28. I believe it was mine and your first game, mate. 1995, 2-2, 2 goals for Tony Cottee. Yeah, so a game of sort of that hold nostalgic for me. And so actually, the last 2 times we played them in 2016, 2-2. And 2-2. Goals for Noble and Payet in the first one, and then the other one was Sacco and Piatti. Last time we actually beat them was 2004, was from Collins and the Army. Obviously, they won the championship last year, so they were good. You know, they're a good side, and I've watched all their games actually. Happened to have been on sort of early kickoff the Liverpool game. I watched the Chelsea game the weekend, and I watched the Villa game actually. I think it was Villa, Newcastle. Quite a good side actually. They're a hard working side, and they've got that guy called Timo Pukki, who should be in everyone's dream team at the minute because he will definitely score against West Ham the weekend.
Yeah, like you say, mate, they've come up and they're a good side. I think they did they lose last night? I think they were the only Premier League team.
They did lose to Crawley last night, and obviously they lost 3-2 to Chelsea. But that Chelsea game could have gone either way. That Chelsea game.
Yeah, I mean, you could argue as well they probably don't really care too much about the cup. Their priority is going to be staying in the Premier League. But yeah, good team, and it's going to be a tough game. I think if we win, this will be our best start to a Premier League season
for
in
quite a while. Yeah,
years, like proper years and years and years. So it's a real good opportunity for us to sort of push on. I couldn't predict it. I couldn't predict this
It's
game.
a tough one. It's a tough one. Two ex-West Ham players in their current squad. Whether they'll play or not, I don't know. Sammy Byram, who played last night, and another player that I really used to like, actually, Henry Lansbury. I don't know how old he is now, but he was a good player when he was at us. Players for them that I've been impressed with watching them, apart from Pookie, is a guy called Tribal, and their other midfielder called Steberman. Two big German players. They pass the ball nice. It's going to be tough. It's going to be a tough game if we can't have a typical West Ham performance of turning up, or not turning up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, 100%. You know, that's what we need to get into us. We need to get consistency into us. We need to stop having these dodgy first halves and coming back all right, because really we're hanging on, you know, in the first half, and then we seem to come out better in the second half, maybe with a couple of changes. Pellegrini needs to get it right from the start of the game. He needs to get it right. We need to come out with the right intensity. If we do, and arguably, you know, we've got the better players. If we do, and we come out and we play to our potential as we know we can, we should be able to win. But I'll be honest with you, mate. It's really just difficult to predict any game in the league this year, apart from your Cities and your Liverpools. It's just
Like the Newcastle Tottenham game on Sunday. Who would have predicted that? Do you know what I mean?
ruined my bets, I tell you.
Yeah.
But no, 100%. Like you just can't. I really do. I think apart from Liverpool, City, apart from those two, it's just anyone could beat
Anything can
anyone.
happen. Yeah, anything can happen in the league at the minute. Last game we played was Watford 3-1. Obviously, is there any sort of changes you would see to the team? Obviously, Antonio won't be in the squad. Anything you would add, or who would you like to see come in?
I would probably be inclined to start really the same. I would like to see Fornells get another chance. I wouldn't. I know Yarmolenko didn't have the best game. Obviously, he got subbed off. Now without Antonio, he's probably going to have to play. But I do want to see Yarmolenko given more time.
He needs to get fit.
Exactly. I've seen people writing him off already, which is I don't really get. You know, he's just back from pretty much an entire season out. It's going to take time, and he's a good player, and he offers us something different.
And there's new players playing with him. Do you know, for the whole team, there's new players there that are technically. Sometimes it just takes a little bit of time to get the levels. Do you want Balbuena in or Ogbonna to start?
I don't think he'll change it. I think he'll play Diop and Ogbonna. I would like to see Balbuena come in, but I don't think he will. I think after playing last night as well, I don't think he'll bring him in. Who knows? Maybe we will see a Balbuena Ogbonna combination. Have we seen that before? I don't think we have we?
Maybe. No, didn't play every game last year.
Yeah, I don't think we've seen that combination. So that'd be an interesting one. Maybe we'll see that at some point.
Yeah. Also, Noble as well. For me, I would start him actually. Listen, I've been a big critic of him for years, but I think you know, had a good game weekend. Come in. It's got to be that sort of case. If you come in, you play well, you keep your space. Play bad.
What about Jack?
I'm happy for Jack to be on the bench. I like Jack, but I'm happy for him to be on the bench.
Obviously, wasn't in the squad at all.
Wasn't in the squad at all. Yeah.
So it'd be interesting to see. I don't know. Team selection, everything's a mystery at the minute. I'm looking forward to getting the first. I don't know, the first sort of 5-6 games out of the way, and then sort of seeing what this team looks like settled. You know, seeing what his first choice players are, what his ideal way of playing is. You know, just seeing the plan. Really, hopefully, we do get to see it.
Yeah, like I say, he should be saying to them, "Look, guys, win this game into the international break on a high." We would hopefully have won 3 games in a row there, including the cup game last night. Like I say, after the break, It's Villa and United. Teams we can beat.
100%.
Teams we can beat.
100%. Yeah.
It's Bournemouth after that as well. It's quite like United don't scare me at all no more.
No. We've said this before. I think we were saying it last year as well. I don't. They haven't got that sort of fear. Teams used to go and play Man United, and there used to be that fear there. They used to be like, "Oh, we'll go and play Man United." That's gone. This last couple of years since Fergie left, that's gone. And I don't think teams are now rocking up playing Man United, and they've got that mentality of, yeah, we can do these, we can beat them. Whereas it never used to be like that. But no, they don't scare me. I think Solskjaer, I don't really rate him, to be honest.
But like when you look at the games against them last year as well, see, we beat them home. The game at Old Trafford was a farce. Like we had a goal disallowed, a penalty that weren't a penalty. Really, we should have won that game. Like, if there was VAR, we would have won that game last year. Just quickly on Norwich, mate. Any sort of prediction at all? It's a tough one. I can see it being 2-2 actually.
I want to say I predicted the Watford right. Didn't I predict 3-1? Yeah, I'm pretty sure I predicted 3-1.
Yeah, I think you did actually. I think you did.
So I can't see a clean sheet. Do you know what, mate? I know it's the sort of historical result, but I could see another 2-2 easy.
It's a very common result, guys. If you look through West Ham's heads-to-heads, it's like 2-2s, 3-3s. It's very common that we score draws with so maybe that's one for your treble weekend if you're picking out 3 draws. Is there anything else West Ham wise, mate? Because there's a couple of other things I would like to discuss with this sort of like a mini podcast.
No. I think it's nice, results are sort of turning around. Even though, we were playing Newport, it's always nice to get that sort of positivity vibe back with the fans, which is nice because it was all a bit doom and gloom after the first couple of games. So, it's good. I haven't really seen any major news or anything like
Lanzini, that. And we touched on it the other day. It seems to be very close to things that are written. So, hopefully that is the case. So off West Ham, mate, quickly. The Bury and Bolton thing. What do you make of that, man? That's so sad. It's really, really sad. It's football at the moment.
Oh, it really is. Like I was reading a bit earlier, actually. I was reading about Bury, and a lot of blame is being laid at the Football League's door, sort of saying like, how could you allow this to happen? And I agree what they're saying. There does need to be more done to protect football clubs. In the case of a dodgy owner coming in and bankrupting a club, there needs to be some safety net there.
Apparently they did it. They sort of fast tracked the due diligence for this guy at Bury. It's supposed to take like 2 years or something, or 10 months, and then they did it in like 10 weeks or something silly.
No, there needs to be that safety net there. You can't have clubs just disappearing. I mean, that's just
a club like Bolton could potentially disappear. Like this club, they were massive.
Yeah,
massive club. It's crazy. It's like I say, it is sad. Like take away your colours. Do you know what I mean? Claret and blue, white, and that. Like like what would you do? Do you know what I mean? If it was West Ham, what would you do?
I know you wake up. Do you know what, mate? I actually was thinking about that this morning when I was reading all about it, and I was reading a thing from a guy, and he was saying that he don't support Bury or Bolton. He never will. We don't have any affiliation for them. But like you say, mate, it's just such a sad thing. But then imagine if you did wake up in the morning and West Ham's gone.
It's just unthinkable.
Like what
whole discussion, like half of your chat with your mate a day is Sam. That's half of the thing I talk about in a day.
It's just weird. Like, what would you do? Would you even carry on watching football? I reckon that you would be
too hurt.
Yeah, I reckon that you'd fall out of love with it completely. I mean, I don't know. It's a horrible thing to think about. And clubs that have been going for 100 years, they should not be allowed to just disappear just because a dodgy owner comes in. There needs to be more done to safeguard against that kind of thing.
What was nice to see as well, like Rochdale apparently are he's like rivals. The Rochdale fans were in bits. They was like, that's a big game. That's a game we look for. It's like us, really. Like, I know we sat here, but say Tottenham were to go out of business, like, that's the big game.
It'd be quite funny, wouldn't it?
Yes, yeah. I'd like to see some of their fans, to be fair. You lose that game. Do you know what I mean? You lose that game. You look forward to it. And when we went down, you want that game, don't you? Let us know. Would you mind Tottenham going out of business, guys? Obviously England as well. Next week, soon, Rice will get picked, which would be nice again to see West Ham play in the England shirt. Just constantly nice to keep seeing this, and as to his price tag when we do eventually sell him, because let's be honest, he will go at some point. He's not going to be the next Mark Noble.
No, brilliant to see. Gives us a reason to watch it as well. But I have to say, for years and years and years and years, and we've spoke about this many, many times on this show before over the last couple of years, I didn't care about the England football team. No interest whatsoever. Didn't follow them. Didn't care about their results. Thought it was funny when they lost. No affiliation whatsoever. But honestly, since Southgate's come in, he's done such a good job of, picking the right players and bringing the younger players through. And I think it's been fantastic to see. And I'm now starting to get that sort of love for England back.
No, I agree, mate. I agree. Again, he's a bit of a Marmite player with the press, it seems. But I've got to say, Raheem Sterling is one of my favourite players. But this guy is an unbelievable player.
He's a fantastic player. Raheem Sterling, genuinely, is probably one of the very, very, very few players in England that would walk into. He would walk into any team in the world.
Yeah, he's world class. I'll be
any
surprised,
team in the world.
If he does get a bit bored at Man City, whether can you imagine him in Real Madrid's team or Barca? He fits in that team straight away. He could good. It'd be great to see in that team. So I'm just going to highlight this comment because they are sort of great guys.
Cheers,
thanks, Gio, mate. I really appreciate that, mate. It's good to see you there. But yeah, so obviously that's about it really in terms of football. There is one other thing I do want to mention, mate, because we do always mention it. I know it's a football show, but I can't deny it. The greatest boxer currently boxing is in this country this weekend. Vasyl Lomachenko. What do you reckon? I think Luke Campbell's going to get a boxing lesson.
Do you know what, though? I really like Luke Campbell.
I like him. Obviously, my namesake as well.
I remember watching him as an amateur, and I really liked him, really rated him. And I want to say that he's got a shot. I do. I really do, mate. I know a lot of people will laugh at that, but I don't know. I'm really looking forward to watching it, actually.
His advantages are he's a lot taller. He's a lot heavier. But this guy, this Lavachenko guy, is unbelievable. Unbelievable. Like, they call him the Matrix, don't they? Because he's so hard to hit and he's punching you at left angles, right angles. It's a great fight. It really is a great fight. It's going to be a very exciting fight. I think Hughie Fury's fighting Povetkin as well this weekend on the same card. That's another. I think Hughie Fury's going to get banged, to be honest, as well. Comment here, mate. I don't know if you watched the fight. It says, what did you guys think of the Kolev versus Yardy fight?
Do you know what? I meant to watch it. I really did mean to watch it, and I ended up watching a film with the missus instead, and I missed it. And then I was going to watch it back, but I haven't watched it back yet.
No, I did watch it live. I did watch it. Kolev obviously went 7-0 up, in my opinion. Sort of was giving Yardy a boxing lesson, and then Yardy caught him in the 8th round and should have had him really. He should have sort of put him away. Didn't, and then obviously by the 9th round he sort of passed himself out and got knocked out. But he was brave. I'll give him that. He was a brave. He's only young, and this this Kolev is sort of a bit of a legend in boxing.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Like I say, I didn't see it. I haven't watched it back. I will watch it back. I am meaning to, but I haven't yet. But everything I've read basically said that he gave a really good account of himself, and I've got no doubt he'll come back and he'll get more shots. What do you think? And I'm interested, obviously, if there's boxing fans in the comments as well. Joshua, is he gonna get his belts back? I said to you the other day, mate, if he loses this fight, his career's finished.
Just before I do comment, like what Paul said, if any of the guys that are watching that, if you've got any questions, get them in now, because we're probably going to wrap the show up in the next sort of 5 minutes. For me, mate, Joshua, listen, I'm a big fan of Josh. I do like the guy, but I actually want to see Ruiz win. I do, and I know that's bad saying as an Englishman. I like Ruiz. I like the way he's talked. If you look at his Instagram and stuff like that, he bought an house for his mum, nice Rolls Royce. He's bought a lovely house. This guy is living the dream now. He's absolutely living the dream.
See, for me though, that's the thing. He is like this was a Rocky shot. Do you know what I mean? This really was. It's a Rocky story.
But it wasn't a lucky punch.
It weren't. No, he outboxed him and he deserved the win.
Joshua, if any of you guys have seen it, Sky Sports, he done a little documentary on YouTube. Try and watch it. He goes, it was a lucky chance. No, you got outboxed, mate. You got outboxed.
See, the thing is, right, Ruiz 100% deserved it. Completely outboxed Joshua, and he deserved it. But the man, I'm sorry, I don't see him as a champion. I don't.
Oh no, I agree with that. Yeah,
AJ weren't on top of his game, and honestly, I think in the rematch, if Joshua actually trains properly and he comes out, he might have had his mind on other things. Yeah, exactly there. Metal Corey, great comment. Joshua weren't focused, and that was his downfall. 100% agree. I think if he comes into this rematch focused and on his game, I think he honestly absolutely destroys Ruiz. I think he wipes the floor with him. But fair play to him. He's got the belts. I think it was Lennox Lewis years ago when he lost his belts. He said, He said, "No, you're just holding on to them for me." That's the attitude that AJ needs. Do you know what I mean?
Mate, in that documentary, AJ actually really digs at Lennox.
Oh yeah.
He goes. I've got no respect for Lennox. The man's a joker. He goes, the man's a joke. I don't like him. I don't respect anything he says.
What?
Yeah.
But listen, do you know what?
I think Lennox digged him out a bit and said, like, he's a quitter. Give the belts up too easy.
Lennox Lewis is one of the best heavyweights of all time.
Well, undisputed. That's how he replied to him. That's how Lennox replied to him. He goes, I think undisputed says a lot.
That's crazy. I didn't hear it. I'd never heard about that comment.
Yeah, you should watch it, mate. Watch that documentary. Watch it. It's very interesting.
I put it on to start watching it. It's like an hour long, isn't it? So that's another thing I've got. I'm going to have to watch as well. But yeah, no, good stuff.
Question in from Jamie Gill. We should just do a fight after the rematch. It's turned into a boxing podcast now.
I know, yeah. 3 hammers plus. Yeah.
We all know we want to see him fight. We all want to see him fight Wilder and Fury. I've got to say, I wouldn't mind seeing the Dillian Whyte fight again as well. I think Dillian's done a good job, and I really like Dillian Whyte as well. He really has turned his career around from the first Joshua fight. I
think the problem with that fight is Joshua, at the moment, he don't need that fight. He don't need to fight Dillian Whyte. He's obviously looking at bigger things. I definitely think, everyone wants to see him fight Wilder, hopefully unify the belts. Fury, I think I think that'd be a great fight to watch.
I think Fury beats him as well. Fury's a better boxer. He's a better
boxer, but I don't rate his chin. If he got
up in the 12th round,
just mate, if that was second, and that was a long count as well.
A sledgehammer.
Listen, no way.
It was a long count. I'll give you that.
It was a long count. He was gone, mate. He was fair play to him for getting up, but I think
if he'd still be in the fucking hospital. I apologise for swearing live there.
But no, I think if I don't like Fury. He's all arms. He's all weird. I don't like his style, but it's obviously really effective. But I think if AJ gets around that, he'll knock him out. But it would be a good fight to watch.
Yeah, great fun. I think that's it, guys. Thank you very much for all the live questions. This is such a good app. This is. It really, really is. It gives us interaction. You can see your questions on, then me and Paul can answer them. It's so much better than the way we used to film, and hopefully we can keep filming like this. Hopefully we'll be back for after the Norwich game if Paul's about. If not, obviously we'll keep filming live shows like this because it's just great. I like this live mode, apart from my little slip up there. So, a bit pre-watershed as well there. Free in the afternoon.
That's right, mate. That's us demonetized. That's fine.
Anyway, guys, what's that? Paul do the crossed arms? He won't do it. Won't do it. Even if I put that up, he won't do it.
Paul do the crossed arms thing. Why? Why? Come on.
There you go. Done it for you. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching the show. If you have watched it live, can you please, pass it on to your friends? Pass it on to your friends. Let them know about the show and subscribe if you haven't already. It'd be nice if we can hit 3,000. But like I say, it's not about that anymore. It's about giving it for you. 1 minute. So I've just got to put these comments up.
Do you know
it's so funny?
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's weird. Do you know what? So I know we're wrapping up here, but just on the old sort of crossed arms thing, a lot of people were. I think there was like 4 or 5 players. A lot of players have started doing this now after they score as a celebration. So anyone know what that's about? What's that all about?
It needs to be in the FIFA game as well. It needs to be in the new FIFA, that celebration.
Do you know what? They could put it in because a lot of players have started doing it now.
They do that, don't they? They've got that Kabbalah one.
Yeah, a lot of the yeah, but a lot of them have been doing that. It might be. I think it might be to do with like the Wakanda Forever sort of thing.
Oh, maybe, yeah.
Yeah, Palace players do it. There's I've seen quite a few players doing it this weekend, just gone. But anyway, there you go. Right, let's wrap up. We'll have some to talk about next week.
Just add that in there because it's nice to do. Nice to add that as the final comment of the show. Until till the weekend, guys. Thanks for all the comments. We love making this show, and we know you enjoy watching it. Until then, guys, I will do it. Come on, you irons. Keep believing, subscribing. Let's go.
Cheers.